Hey, welcome back to the Northwest Adventure Company channel. I'm your host, Zachary Todd, and today I have an awesome instructor with me, Mick, who's going to take us and show us his world.
Thank you, yeah. My name's Mick. I teach a lot of the weekend programs and adult programs and things like that, and we are here in a beautiful Pacific Northwest forest. So hoping to go out and meet some trees today.
Let's go do it.
Let's do it. I'd like you to meet one of my favorite trees. This is cedar. Now you can tell cedar apart from some of the other look-alike trees in the Pacific Northwest because pines are pokey, firs are friendly, and cedars are scaly. If you look at that, you can see it's got almost a snakeskin texture to it. Cedars are a super useful tree. They're a backbone of this ecosystem, but I really want to talk about what they do for humans. Now, one of the most useful things to know about cedar is that if you're caught out here in a rainstorm unprepared, a cedar is a great place to seek shelter. If you look at these J-shaped branches and the way they swoop up, that means that they naturally create a little hollow close to the trunk where you can tuck in and stay dry, especially with the way the branches overlap. They can actually keep a small area completely dry even in heavy rain. Other useful things about cedar, it's one of the best materials for friction fire making, bow drills and things like that. And it's very useful for storage and preservation. A lot of the park fences you see in the Pacific Northwest are made out of cedar wood because they stand up in the rain. You can also make a tea out of cedar, and it's pretty tasty. I'll give you a bit to try. You want to look for the green tips on the needles. Now that you've taken a bite out of it, I'll let you know that cedar is mildly toxic, but not in the doses that you can get out of these leaves. However, ooh. Oh boy.
I'm not gonna die.
Not unless you breathe it down the wrong pipe. However, cedar trees, that small dose of toxic oil is just enough to scare off insects and things like that, which is why people store their nice wool clothes in cedar chests. Finally, it's a great way to trick kiddos in a summer program into drinking their water, because you give it to them and you let them put it in their water, make a little bit of tea, and that extra little bit of flavor is just the amount of adventure they need to stay hydrated.
Very cool. I'll keep that tip in mind next time I have troubles with my kids drinking water and staying hydrated. It seems cedar has a lot of uses, and here in the Pacific Northwest, when it gets really rainy in the natural shelter, it's very useful.
Yeah, super useful tree. In fact, humans have had a relationship with a cedar tree for as long as writing has existed. The first story ever written hinges on one of the early heroes of the Epic of Gilgamesh battling a giant monster for access to cedar trees.
Very cool. Thank you for showing me this, Mick.
Yeah, thanks for coming out and meeting it. You can meet this tree and others like it if you come join us at the Meet the Trees program with the Northwest Adventure Company. Hope to see you there.
Check us out at nwadventurecompany.com.